Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Since its first dividend in its 2006 financial year, gold miner Randgold Resource's yearly dividends have increased by 900% over a 10-year period. Martin Creamer joins me in studio to discuss this achievement. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Tracy.
To what does Randgold Resources attribute this increase in its dividends in the year ending December 31, 2016?
It's incredible. It's the business model that it's had from the start. And I love reporting on Randgold Resources because, I was there from the start. So in the mid-1990s, when the Rand Mines was really had a strategy to die with dignity, this company came out of that when it was still sort of a twinkle in Peter Flack's eye. And he told me, he confided with me that most of the people from Rand Mines, he had interviewed to sack them. But when he came across Dr. Mark Bristow, he had a mind change because he was so impressed with what he heard that he said, okay, I want you to be the CEO of this new company that we're creating. We're going to list it on the London Stock Exchange. And from scratch, to watch this company progress. And it hasn't been easy because, they hit a hard patch in the gold price when it was really low. And there you can see how valuable it is to have a geologist at the head of your company like Mark Bristow, because, he made sure that he did something with, Marilla, which was described as the gorilla at the time in Mali. But he turned it into a gorilla because, BHP Billiton, one of the biggest mining companies in the world, it was BHP's part of it, they walked away from this asset, and he borrowed a digger and a scraper from farmers there, and he had to go in and try and make sure that there was gold there, and he did discover, for more than 7.5 million ounces of gold eventuated out of that. So it was an incredibly touch and go sort of situation that they just made work. And now you can see it's the most successful company on the London Stock Exchange, and it can do this because of its business model, because of ongoing profitability, because of the way it looks at the assets, again, from geological eyes, where it says that if a gold price is as low as $1,000 an ounce, we must still make good profit. And when you work on that sort of basis, you can deal with the cycles as they've done. And you can see, increasing their dividends, first using that cash to build, to discover, to develop, and then in 2006 going into dividend mode, and then not stopping, but doing it so well that, they now, over that period, have increased these dividends by 900%.
And what dividend has been proposed for this financial year?
And this is a big one. I mean, they're talking 52% increase in the dividends. So it's not small percentages that they're able to deal with because of the fact that over the years they haven't paid over for amounts that are over the top for their assets. They've discovered those assets themselves. They've developed those assets themselves. They haven't had to buy other people's problems. And in that way, they've also grown well, but they've grown at a pace that they were able to manage. And you can see them now into the sweet spot. And it's not as if they just harvest the gold. I mean, when you look at the annual report, which has just come out, these people make sure that when they finished gold mining, that there's a legacy that goes on there in agriculture. And you can see the categories of agriculture, fish, poultry, mango, maize, going into pork and honey and all sorts of palm oils, etc. So they want to make sure that the host countries benefit, and they're determined that, they won't let these host countries down. And the way they do it is to say, look, this mine has got a finite horizon. When mining ends here, when we've depleted this and we've employed the people around the mine, we've paid the taxes, we've paid our royalties, we want an economy to continue in this area. And the one that they choose is normally agriculture, so that when they leave, Marilla in Mali, their starting point, they want an ongoing, sustainable agricultural industry to continue, which they're working on now.
And now that the company has achieved its $500 million cash target. What are its plans going forward?
So it's got this good cash base. It's got this chest of cash, and it's got that nice target, $500 million. And it's saying, with this backing, we can now continue on that path of dividends. But we're not going to be doing it in a way that harms the company. We're going to see what excess cash is out there, because we will look at all the needs of the company. And if, it makes a lot of sense to use that money to get more value for shareholders, then, we'll discuss it with you. But the intention is to have this nice cash base, $500 million, as a springboard into ongoing dividends that you keep paying, but doing it in a way that's best for the company.
And besides this cash target, what other achievements has the company highlighted?
The achievements around these projects, in the financial year, you could see that they were also debt-free, which is an important thing. They remain debt-free. That's a very a big thing to have. And then, their safety was much better during this period. And that's crucial. We know from South Africa, you've got to keep people, safe during that period. And then, the profits themselves were up 38%. So you've got this ongoing better position. And to me, I like the fact that the person who started all this, Dr. Mark Bristow, is still there. And I think that tells a big story. He's had a good business model from the start. He's had a tough beginning. That tough beginning has helped him right throughout this period now to get that sustainability. And I find where the founder sort of is still in the business, you normally find a business that's going well. And we've got to say that for Dr. Mark Bristow. He's really made his mark in this, and I think we haven't seen everything yet. He's going to come. The best is still to come.
And the company's capital projects are nearing completion, and its cost profile is also trending down. What does this say about its host countries?
It's fantastic that in relation to the fact that they now are harvesting quite a lot, not that they're not going to develop, they are. This puts the host countries into a sweet spot, because you're reaching that high level of income, you're reaching that high level of profit. You can now say to the host countries, look, what we promised you is coming through. You're getting these levels of tax, you're getting the levels of royalty. If you are a partner with us, you're getting the dividends. Things are coming through. You're also getting sustainability, because we're taking a percentage of that cash, and he's very fixed about that, and making sure that the community are going to have a long horizon here, because mining is essentially a short horizon business. You've got to combine it with a long, infinite horizon, and agriculture is always one of the things to do that. So, his model, I think, is something that people can emulate. I've been up to Mali, and I've seen the response of the people there. They ululate for him. They really praise him, and these are ordinary workers and people in the community. And you say to them, but why are you doing this? And they say, well, look, what we used to earn in a year, we're now earning in a month, or even better. And not only that, but he develops the local people. He puts them into management. He's had a wonderful experience of elevating people in those communities into top positions. And you see it in Mali. You'll probably see it in the Congo. He's had a very good opening gambit in the Congo, in partnership again with AngloGold Ashanti. He also started in partnership with AngloGold Ashanti in Mali. And at Kibali, you find that that's going to be a very, very big operation. And the indications every time it comes through is that it's going to live up to its promise. But you also see his flagships in Mali still producing, his eagerness to discover and develop still there. He's talking about Massawa in Senegal possibly being the next big opening gambit. He likes the Ivory Coast. He finds that the mining regime is very encouraging, so he'd like to actually discover a lot more there, but he's got Tongon going. We saw his relationship with the community in the Democratic Republic of Congo, very good. And even though he had to reallocate a lot of people, it was done in a way that it was very much a win-win situation, and the people appreciated that. So an excellent model. He also, gets on his motorbike, Mark Bristow, and rides through different parts of Africa regularly. And in doing so, he also collects for various charitable organizations. So it's an interesting way of being totally immersed in your business. When you have got your leave, you get on your motorbike and you go around the place where there could be future prospects for you, and you get to know the community and you collect funds. I think the last time he collected another $2.5 million, which goes into a charitable foundation, helps the people around there. So all the time, he's putting back, but at the same time, his shareholders are getting benefit, and you can see in the dividends, which over that 10-year period that he's been paying them, and of course he's 2 decades old, more than 2 decades old, but over those 10, the second decade, they have increased to a hoisting of 900%.
Great. Thanks, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Tracy.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the mining industry.